scraped up, flesh wound. Things go downhill pretty quickly in this kind of environment because everything is wet. What's this? What's he doing, ayahuasca? It's like, you know what? I'm here. I've got some business I need to clear up. Small child running through colorful butterflies. Mushrooms. Kind of feel like something's gonna go wrong here. Hi, I'm Kinga Philipps. I'm a wilderness and survival expert, and one thing you may not know about me is I enjoy going through animal scat. That's poop. So today I'm gonna be looking at gameplay from the survival game Green Hell. Never heard of it, but it sure sounds fun. We are in a jungle. We are in a jungle, Green Hell. He made it. Looks like he kayaked in.
You do know you have the walkie-talkie.
All right, so we have a couple people. He's in communication. This is good. Looks like he has a canoe over there. He's got walkie-talkies. This isn't survival. This is St. Regis.
I need to find something in my backpack.
He's got a backpack. This is great. Probably all kinds of survival stuff in a backpack. Kind of feel like something's gonna go wrong here. All right, so they're gonna be doing some exploring in the jungle. It looks like he's already climbed up a cliff. He's looking around. So at this point, it's kind of hard to tell. Are they lost? Are they exploring? Is there a survival situation happening? Is there exploration?
I am glad we came back here.
Don't really know what's happening in the survival space. I feel flirting happening here.
As soon as we're settled in, I am off to the Jawahaka village.
Okay, so she knows where there's a village, there's civilization, there's a bridge, there's habitation here.
Good thing I have an anthropologist at hand.
Ooh, an anthropologist. I'm one of those. I'll go talk to them for you. Okay, so we have two people, and so far it sounds like they're gonna split up, which is probably not a great idea, but there's some backstory here, dynamic. I kind of suspect they're gonna get separated, and then the survival's gonna begin. The jungle's actually a pretty tough place to survive. There's a lot there that you need to have some experience to be able to deal with. Now he's on his own. So now we're entering kind of into a survival space.
Is everything all right?
Is everything all right? Famous last words. Got a lot of stuff. Stuff is good. We like stuff. Okay, so they have a whole setup with equipment. Got tarps. They have everything they might need and more. Canned food.
Perfecto.
That's everything. We're officially settled in.
Got a tent. Multi-room tent. Solar panels. Where's the survival factor in this? Because this is luxurious. Armadillo, tapir, capybara, all critters of the jungle, the local people. She's gonna go speak to them. Those are the rainforest mammals, that is correct. Although in a survival situation, I gotta tell you, your best bet are insects and fish. Less energy that you're gonna expend to get them. Those mammals are a little hard to hunt. I guess you could do a deadfall, but you know, just get out there and eat some insects and some plants. All right, so he's gathering stuff up. So it kind of looks like the two of them have separated out. This guy is in a great position. He's got tons of stuff. Gonna build himself a fire, which is pretty tough to do in a jungle because one of the downfalls of a jungle is that it's wet 99.9% of the time. I'm still a little curious where the survival element is coming in. So far we have two people flirting in a jungle. It's kind of like survival porn more than it is actually survival. Let's see what happens. He's cutting down trees, I'm guessing for a fire because he's already got a shelter. You know, otherwise a shelter is something that you'd want to build probably pretty quickly because it rains a lot in the jungle. You have lots of leaves that you could use as waterproofing. You can also use them to capture water to drink. Lots of big leaves in the jungle, really cool leaves. You can use them as hats. You can use them as funnels for water. If you know what you're doing, the jungle's a pretty good place, but there are also lots of dangers in the jungle. So he got the sticks, gonna light the fire. He had a lighter, so he doesn't need to use like a drill or a plow or anything primitive. This guy probably has a blowtorch with all the other stuff he had.
Mia, can you bring me a lighter?
See, guy's got a lighter.
Remember when I mentioned we seemed to be lacking some equipment?
That's what they forgot. Now we're getting into some survival. And you want fire in the jungle. So it looks like he's light in his really well-built home there. Since everything in a jungle is usually damp, even the drill method or the plow is gonna be a little hard. So ideally, if you have glass, if you have binoculars, if you have a camera lens, you can actually use that with the sunlight to start a fire. It's probably your best bet. Quickly, if you do get a fire going, you're gonna wanna take one of those big leaves and put it over the fire because there's rain constantly in the jungle. Exciting as it is to build a fire, you don't want it to go out immediately. That is a serious letdown. Oh, he's gonna do the hand drill. This guy's ambitious. He has this 10-bedroom tent with like electrical lights and everything else, which you could probably use to start the fire, but he's gonna use the plow method. He's probably showing off for his lady friend. Since we're kind of onto the survival porn thing, They never did tell us how they ended up here. They did have a kayak or canoe there, so maybe they came on an expedition, got lost in the jungle. I mean, ideally, you're gonna wanna stay in place. Looks like they have done that. Fire for the romantic dinner. Fertile ants, anaconda, bullet ants. Lots of things will get you.
It feels safer here.
Well, the fire's good in the jungle too. It's gonna keep a lot of the bugs away, which you don't want. Mosquitoes, malaria, dengue fever, it's nasty stuff. Also keeps the creepy crawlies away. My Achilles tendon is spiders, and there are some big ones in the jungle, and they jump and they're venomous. Fires are good. The smoke keeps stuff away. Keeps predators away too. They have a lot of those. Jaguars, large snakes, anaconda, caiman. This guy's got solar panels. Really impressed with their setup. Love, Mia. I'm at the village. Call me with radio when you wake up. P.S. Here's a little gift for you. Really excited to see what happens next. Okay, he's indexing plant species. It's good, he probably has a book because there are a lot of plants in the jungle that are edible, a lot that aren't. You want to be careful. If these folks really wanted to get out of there and they didn't have access to a village, which is very helpful if you have access to people who can tell you how to get out, the best way to get yourself out of a jungle is, one, to find a location, a vantage point, a high vantage point, so you have an idea of what's going on around you, because the jungle's thick. It's really easy to lose your way. Or to find a water source, a lot of those in jungle or river, and follow it downstream, which will most likely get you to civilization.
Admit it. You thought I forgot your birthday, didn't you? Well, I didn't.
Exactly what I wanted. It even has solar batteries.
Oh, you've got batteries? Wow. It looks like your watch is giving you information about your health and well-being. He's climbing to a vantage point. Maybe he wants to have a look around. Oh, he's going down. Oh, he's hurt. I guess he broke something. That's quite the fall. 30 feet. I'll break some bones. Might want to do a little self-check there. Sure you don't have any compound fractures. You can just walk it off. If you can't walk it off, that's a problem. Okay, we've got some bleeding. Scraped up. Flesh wound. Things go downhill pretty quickly in this kind of environment because everything is wet.
Nothing's broken.
No broken bones. That is positive. You'd have to splint them. But if you do have an open wound, you're going to want to clean that up pretty quickly.
Look for Molineria.
So she's teaching him how to find a plant in the jungle that's gonna treat his wound. Many of the medicines that we use daily come out of the jungle, but again, you've gotta know what you're doing out there. It looks like he found it. Got a water source there. It looks like still water. If you're gonna drink that, you're gonna wanna boil it. Ooh, wound's getting nastier. That went downhill quickly. His gal pal knew a trick and a plant that will hopefully disinfect and protect that wound, so that's good. The guy's not gonna get gangrene. You just cross through that river there. It's always a challenge in the jungle. Got his machete. Machete in the jungle is a great tool. If you don't have one, a stick is good because plants are prickly. There are spiders, there are snakes. One thing you don't want to do is be clearing away any brush with your hands.
Hopefully, it will heal fast. Jake, please. Please answer me.
Mia's in trouble,
What
you
happened?
guys. Mia!
Mia, speak to me.
He's like, I'm
Mia.
out of canned goods. Mia. We're in the jungle at night. He is obviously going to look for Mia. Mia is in trouble. Jungle at night can be scary. Come across jaguar prints right by a village, and those buggers will stalk you. But it's still the snakes and the spiders that scare me the most. Panic in the wilderness is gonna end you pretty quickly, possibly falling off a cliff like our friend just did.
Hello? Can anyone hear me?
Dude is very accident prone. I just want to point that out. Falls off cliffs repeatedly. Torch is good. You can make a torch if you don't have solar panels and electricity like this guy. Small bamboo shelter, buddy. You have a 10-room tent. You don't even need to make that. Obviously, if you didn't have a 10-room tent, a debris hut or a lean-to is really a great thing. You're going to want that because even in a jungle, you're going to be exposed to the elements, heat, dehydration from all that sweating. You could even end up with hypothermia in a jungle. Looks like he's got a bite, a festering bite there on his left hand. A good way to protect yourself from both sun and insects is to put a little bit of mud on your skin. Whoa, is this the village where Mia was supposed to be? This has been abandoned for a while. Going back to building a shelter since village is burned down. Building himself a little lean-to. Okay, that's good. Just enough for his body size. Put in some palm leaves on the bottom there. Keep you off the ground, away from things such as fire ants and bullet ants. So our friend here is looking for Mia, but in the meantime, he decided to build himself a shelter, which is smart. Build it close to a water source, but not close enough where if there was flooding, the water level went up, you get washed away. He's sleeping, this is good. Rest is very good. Hopefully he built a shelter in a more open area. One of the biggest dangers in the rainforest is actually tree fall. And a lot of people die by trees collapsing on them. And it's interesting because the water table is so high in the jungle that the roots are very shallow. So the trees aren't rooted very securely. So if you're ever in a jungle and a storm comes up and there's a lot of wind, get out of Dodge and get away from the big trees because they fall and smush you. He's got a pot, this is good. He's cooking some food. I don't know where he got that food. Probably from his like 400 cans of goods. But if not, you're gonna wanna go after some protein fish. You can make yourself a 3-pronged spear out of some bamboo that is abundant. Also bamboo catches water. Got like the little ridges. He's got a fire so he can boil that water, get rid of the parasites, cook himself some insects, everything from caterpillars. Oh, he's going for the big game. Probably like tapir, capybara. I wouldn't even recommend that. Honestly, there's so much food in a jungle when it comes to insects, fish, and plants that wasting energy trying to catch mammals, not so good. And if you're not sure about fruit, if you see monkeys eating fruit, that's usually a good indicator of fruit that you can eat. Probably boiling himself some water, that's smart. Smoke from that fire is gonna keep mosquitoes away, snakes, big predators. What's this? What's he doing, ayahuasca? It's like, you know what? I'm here. I've got some business I need to clear up.
Hey, what are you doing here?
Well, this is creepy. Got voices in the jungle.
Hey, wait!
Is that a child running away? Is there anything creepier than children showing up in random places? Next thing, we're gonna have like a swing moving slowly by itself. Kid is moving fast through the jungle. Suddenly we're in Fern Gully. I think it was actually ayahuasca that the guy took because he is tripping balls right now. Small child running through colorful butterflies. Mushrooms. Definitely having a psychedelic experience. Nothing wrong with that. Maybe not something you want to do in a survival situation, but it's also why you shouldn't eat plants that you don't know what they are. We are now in a magical land of survival with glowing trees. Now Mia is in creepy fantasy land. In survival situations, do not ever chase random children into the jungle while tripping balls on plants you ate. That is as important as getting water. This is a very existential survival game.
Mia.
Maybe it would have been better if I'd just died.
So that was Green Hell, which seemed suspiciously like survival porn. And then there was some tripping happening, and then Mia disappeared, and there were people in a jungle and with glowing butterflies. That happens a lot in survival situations. Ever, actually. If you want to watch more videos, you can head to the Gamology Facebook or YouTube page and enjoy yourself. There are a lot of questions. What the hell happened to Mia? What the hell did he drink? Why were we suddenly an avatar? And who was the naked kid running through a jungle? Bravo on the most excellent St. Regis of a survival situation I've ever seen in my life. 10-room tent, canned goods for days.